Right now, as you're watching this video, there are stone structures lying on the ocean floor that are older than the pyramids of Egypt. Structures so sophisticated that when marine archaeologists first discovered them, they refused to believe they were man-made. But here's what will really disturb you. Some of these underwater cities show clear evidence of catastrophic flooding that happened exactly when ancient texts said it would. What if everything we've been taught about ancient civilizations is wrong? For decades, mainstream archaeology has painted a picture of primitive early humans gradually developing technology over thousands of years. But scattered across our ocean floors are ruins that tell a completely different story. I'm talking about massive stone complexes with precision engineering that rivals modern construction. Underwater pyramids larger than those at Giza. Roads that stretch for miles beneath the waves. And here's the part that gives me chills. Many of these structures are found at depths that suggest they were built when sea levels were dramatically lower, during periods we thought civilization didn't exist. In this video, I'm going to share 3 underwater discoveries that are so extraordinary, they're forcing scientists to question everything we thought we knew about human history. By the end, you'll understand why some researchers believe we're looking at evidence of civilizations that were far more advanced than we ever imagined. Let me start with something that will completely change how you think about ancient engineering. In 2013, Portuguese sailor Diocleciano Silva was exploring the waters around the Azores Islands when his sonar equipment detected something impossible. Rising from the ocean floor, 60 feet underwater, was a massive pyramid structure that dwarfed anything built by known ancient civilizations. When marine archaeologists first examined the sonar readings, they couldn't believe what they were seeing. This wasn't some random underwater mountain or geological formation. They were looking at a perfectly structured pyramid with 4 distinct sides, sharp edges, and a flat top. A structure that measured over 200 feet tall and 300 feet wide at its base. Here's what makes this discovery absolutely mind-blowing. The pyramid sits on a completely flat seafloor, rising like a monument placed there deliberately. Its sides are oriented to the cardinal directions with precision that rivals the Great Pyramid of Giza. And the construction appears to be made of massive stone blocks, fitted together with joints so tight that modern engineering would struggle to replicate them. But the scientific establishment immediately dismissed the discovery. They claimed it was just an underwater mountain, despite sonar evidence clearly showing artificial construction features. They argued that natural geological processes could create pyramid-like shapes, even though no such natural formations exist anywhere else in the region. Yet Portuguese researchers who studied the site found evidence that challenges every assumption about ancient seafaring capabilities. The pyramid shows clear signs of being constructed, not naturally formed. They've identified what appear to be entrance passages, internal chambers, and even hieroglyphic-like markings on the structure's surface. If this pyramid is man-made, it rewrites everything we know about ancient maritime civilizations. The last time this area was above sea level was at the end of the last ice age, over 20,000 years ago. That means someone with advanced stoneworking technology and sophisticated engineering knowledge was building monumental structures when mainstream archaeology tells us humans were still living in caves. Think about the implications. We're talking about a civilization that understood precision construction, had the ability to quarry and transport massive stone blocks, and possessed navigational skills advanced enough to build in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. This wasn't some primitive society. These were master engineers who created something that still defies explanation today. But this Azores pyramid is just the beginning. The deeper we dive, the more disturbing this story becomes. 600 miles from the coast of Florida, beneath the crystal-clear waters of the Bahamas, lies something that shouldn't exist. It's called the Bimini Road, and when pilots flying over the area first spotted it in the 1960s, they thought they were looking at airplane wreckage on the seafloor. But when divers went down to investigate, they found something far more mysterious. Stretching across the ocean floor for nearly half a mile was what appeared to be a perfectly straight stone road, made of massive rectangular blocks fitted together with precision that rivals Roman engineering. Each block weighs several tons and measures roughly 13 feet by 10 feet by 2 feet thick. They're not random chunks of rock. They're carefully shaped, deliberately placed, and aligned in a way that creates an unmistakably artificial pattern. Some blocks have what appear to be tool marks, evidence of human modification. Now, conventional geology explains this as a natural formation called beach rock, limestone that naturally forms in straight lines when certain conditions align. But here's what the textbooks don't tell you. The Bimini Road doesn't match typical beach rock formations in several crucial ways. First, the blocks are too uniform. Natural beach rock creates irregular, chaotic patterns. These blocks show evidence of deliberate shaping and placement. Second, the road appears to have multiple layers, suggesting construction phases over time. Third, and this is the part that gives me chills, the road leads directly to what appears to be a harbor formation with curved walls that look like ancient breakwaters. Marine archaeologist Dr. Greg Little has spent years studying the site. He's documented features that are nearly impossible to explain naturally. Right-angle turns, T-shaped intersections, and what appears to be a collapsed archway. He's found areas where the blocks have been deliberately stacked, creating walls that rise above the seafloor. But here's where this connects to something much larger. The Bimini Road lies at a depth that suggests it was built when sea levels were 120 feet lower than today. That places its construction at the end of the last ice age, around 12,000 to 15,000 years ago, the same time period when the Yonaguni Monument would have been above water. Are we looking at evidence of a lost maritime civilization? One that built advanced stone structures across the globe before catastrophic flooding swept them beneath the waves? The pattern is starting to emerge, and it's disturbing everything we thought we knew about human development. But the most shocking discovery is still to come. In 2001, marine scientists working for India's National Institute of Ocean Technology made a discovery that sent shockwaves through the archaeological world. Using advanced sonar mapping technology, they detected massive structures on the seafloor in the Gulf of Cambay, off India's western coast. What they found defied explanation. The sonar revealed what appeared to be an entire city, complete with foundations, walls, and geometric patterns that could only be artificial. The structures covered nearly 4 square miles of ocean floor, making it larger than many modern cities. But the real shock came when they determined the age of the site. Carbon dating of artifacts recovered from the area suggested the structures were over 9,000 years old. That would make this underwater city older than the oldest known civilization in the region by thousands of years. Dr. S.R. Rao, the marine archaeologist who led the investigation, described finding pottery, sculptures, and human remains that pointed to a sophisticated urban center. The structures showed evidence of planned construction, with roads, drainage systems, and what appeared to be harbor facilities. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why isn't this discovery taught in every history textbook? Why isn't it front-page news around the world? The answer reveals something troubling about how archaeological discoveries are handled when they challenge established narratives. The Gulf of Cambay discovery was immediately attacked by mainstream archaeologists who questioned the dating methods, the interpretation of the sonar data, and even the competence of the researchers involved. They argued that natural formations could explain the geometric patterns, that the artifacts were contaminated, and that the entire discovery was based on flawed science. But here's what makes this suppression particularly disturbing. The Indian government initially supported the research, providing funding and official backing. Then, suddenly, the project was quietly shelved. The official reports were classified, and Dr. Rao found himself marginalized within the academic community. Why would authorities want to suppress evidence of an ancient underwater city? Because it challenges more than just archaeological timelines. It threatens our entire understanding of human civilization's development. If sophisticated urban centers existed 9,000 years ago, it means our ancestors were far more advanced than we've been taught to believe. And here's the part that connects all these discoveries. The Gulf of Cambay structures, like the Azores Pyramid and Bimini Road, lie at depths that indicate they were built when sea levels were much lower. All three sites show evidence of catastrophic flooding that occurred at the end of the last ice age, exactly when ancient texts from around the world described great deluges that wiped out entire civilizations. We're not looking at isolated anomalies. We're looking at physical evidence of a global maritime civilization that was destroyed by rising seas approximately 12,000 years ago. But here's what really keeps me awake at night. These three discoveries represent only a tiny fraction of what lies beneath our oceans. We've explored less than 5% of the seafloor. Advanced sonar technology is revealing structures in deep water locations around the globe. Off the coasts of Cuba, near the Azores, in the Mediterranean, and even in Lake Michigan. Each discovery follows the same pattern: sophisticated stone construction, geometric precision, and evidence of catastrophic flooding around 12,000 years ago. The implications are staggering. We may be looking at the remnants of a global civilization that achieved levels of engineering and maritime technology that we're only now beginning to match. Think about the knowledge that's been lost. These underwater cities might hold answers to questions we're still struggling with. How did ancient people transport massive stone blocks? How did they achieve such precision without modern tools? What advanced techniques did they use that we've forgotten? The ocean isn't just hiding ruins, it's hiding our true history. We started this journey asking whether everything we've been taught about ancient civilizations is wrong. After examining the evidence at the Azores Pyramid, Bimini Road, and the Gulf of Cambay, I think the answer is clear. Our ancestors weren't primitive hunter-gatherers slowly developing civilization. They were sophisticated builders who created massive stone complexes with engineering techniques that rival our own. The real question isn't whether these underwater structures are man-made. The question is why this evidence has been marginalized, suppressed, and ignored by mainstream archaeology for so long. What are they afraid we might discover if we seriously investigated these sites? Every time we advance our underwater exploration technology, we find more evidence of this lost world. Sonar mapping, underwater robotics, and deep-sea archaeology are revealing structures that rewrite human history with each new discovery. The next time you look out at the ocean, remember this. Beneath those waves lies a treasure trove of knowledge about who we really are and where we came from. Our true history isn't buried in the ground. It's hidden beneath the sea, waiting for us to have the courage to dive deeper and challenge everything we thought we knew. What do you think? Are we looking at evidence of a lost civilization that was more advanced than we've been led to believe? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if this kind of truth-seeking exploration into our forgotten past intrigues you, subscribe to Ancient Underwater Mysteries. There are countless more secrets lying beneath the waves, and together, we're going to uncover them all.